Washington Senator Jeff Flake's decision to abandon his 2018 re-election campaign in Arizona has thrown open the Senate race there, exposing deep fissures not only on the Republican side where a nationalist insurgency is gunning for the party establishment but also among Democrats contending with a rising left. Establishment Democrats have high hopes for Representative Kyrsten Sinema, a centrist who recently dined in the Blue Room of the White House with President Trump, teaches a bipartisan spin class in the House gym and has broken ranks with her own party on key votes. She was one of only 7 House Democrats, for example, who voted to create a select committee to investigate the 2012 attack on the United States diplomatic compound in Benghazi, Libya. But those impulses toward bipartisanship have soured Arizona progressives against the candidacy of a woman who rose to prominence on a biography that included time as a homeless child and an identity that includes being the first open bisexual in Congress. There are issues, murmurs within grassroots groups and the progressive community, the environmental community and others, including immigration advocates, said Representative Raul M. Grijalva, Democrat of Arizona and a co-chairman of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, who is withholding his endorsement of her. Establishment Republicans, meanwhile, are scrambling to find a candidate to replace Mr. Flake and wage a primary challenge against Kelly Ward, a former state senator who aligns herself with Mr. Trump. Ms. Ward, derided by critics as a fringe candidate and a conspiracy theorist, was beaten badly by the senior senator from Arizona, John McCain, in a 2016 primary, and party leaders fear she would lose to Ms. Sinema in the general election. It definitely opens up the Senate for potentially a full spectrum of conservatives to win or potentially lose the seat entirely, said Representative Trent Franks, an Arizona Republican. The possibilities are almost endless. Mike Noble, a Republican pollster, called it Bedlam out here in Arizona. Everyone's phones are blowing up, he said. This is essentially a free-for-all. For Democrats to narrow the Republican hold on the Senate, they will have to take aim at 2 Republican seats, Mr. Flake's and Senator Dean Heller's in Nevada. No other Republican up for re-election next year comes from a generally competitive state. But while they have talked a big game in Arizona, hoping for a demographic and political shift, so far, Democrats have little to show for their efforts. The party does not hold a single statewide office. In 2012, the last time the state had an open Senate seat, Democrats recruited Richard H. Carmona, a tough-talking Vietnam War hero and former Surgeon General in the administration of George W. Bush. Despite Mr. Carmona's conservative credentials, Mr. Flake won the seat, 49% to 46%. Next year could be different. The challenge for Republican Party officials will be to find a candidate who is aligned closely enough with Mr. Trump to appeal to his populist wing of the party and to beat Ms.